Time for us to check sports. Let's bring in Mike Cozzi. Good morning there, Mike.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Good.
I'm
good.
All right, so now we can start off with our NFL picks because we were wrong.
Yep.
NFL 34-27, Philadelphia over Green Bay. I watched the first quarter of that game, and then I turned it off. And I think it was either 0-0 or 7-3 or something like that when I turned it off.
I didn't see any of it.
Yeah. All right. Want to make the picks for the weekend, and then we'll get to other sports?
Shoot.
All right. I think we're going to go. I'm trying to find some real easy games here, and there should be some. I'll take Indianapolis over Oakland. I'll take the Chargers over Miami. And I'll take, let's see here. I'll take the Rams over Tampa Bay.
Well, we took the same on two of them. I'm taking the Rams and the Chargers as well. And the other team I took was Houston.
Who's Houston playing?
Oh, I don't know.
Carolina. Yeah. All right. So those are our NFL picks. Where do we stand right now?
I'm 12-5. You're 9-8.
All right. One measly game over. All right.
Hey, you're a football fan.
I know. Obviously, I watch it for entertainment, not for smarts. Oh well. Hey, but I'm a dedicated. See, you know what my problem is, Mike, with football?
What's that?
Like in baseball, I like the Yankees. Okay, I'm a Yankee fan because I like the Yankees because my dad liked the Yankees. But with the Giants, I'm more than just a casual fan, and so I think that distorts.
My condolences.
I know. I think that distorts my whole outlook on football.
It's possible.
Remember, I went through 25 years of lousy football.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so that's the excuse I'll use for my.
Stick to it.
That's right. No matter what anybody says. All right. In baseball, I guess it's just the Cleveland Indians, the last one remaining alive for a possible playoff.
Barely. They lost again last night. They got spanked 8-0. So
unbelievable.
They're hanging on by a thread. They're I don't know if anybody else played against them last night in the wild card, but right now they're 2 games out with 3 games to play. So the writing's on the wall. They lost the last 2 games to the White Sox, which isn't good, and it's cost them. Those 2 games dropped them behind. If they would have won those 2 games, they would have been in a flat-footed tie with the Rays for the last place. So they didn't produce, and they're pretty much done.
All right, and everything else is pretty much set now.
Yeah, Houston's got a 2-game lead on the Yankees. They could have closed them out with the win last night, but they lost in 12. So they got a 2-game lead on the Yankees, where all Houston needs to do is win 1 game, and they have home field throughout the American League playoffs.
I think the Yankees are 2 games behind with 2 games left or 3 games left.
3.
Okay, with 3, yeah.
Houston only needs to win 1 game.
And the Yankees have to win all 3.
They have to win all 3, and Houston has to lose all 3.
I thought that, or 2 of 3.
No, head-to-head, Houston
all 3.
Beat the
That's right.
This year.
That's right. So that's what I was saying. So basically, it's over.
Beat them outright.
It's over. So the race for position number 1 is over. It's because that's. I know anything's mathematically possible. That's not possible. So. Anyway.
Houston's not losing 4 games in a row.
No.
Not with the pitching staff they got.
And not going into the playoffs. It's not happening.
No.
It's not happening.
They're not going to rest people. They're going to play people.
All right. So that's where that stands. All right. What you see what happened? You'll love the story with the Mets. You see what Diaz did? Is that the reliever they brought in?
I believe so.
Okay. He broke a ninth inning home run record. He gave up another shot. And what is the story here? Hang on a second here. He breaks the 9th inning home run record by giving up. How many is this? His 14th ninth inning home run of the year.
Man, that's bad.
Unbelievable.
Terrible.
It's a major league record.
That's the guy you went out to make a difference. He made a difference. He's the reason why you're out of the playoffs.
Well, he is all by himself. That's absolutely right.
Well, there is one more race going on. The Brewers and the Cardinals. Yeah. The Brewers are one game behind. They won 7 in a row. I think they won 17 out of their last 19, and they're the hottest team in baseball. So I don't know what the head-to-head is with the Brewers and the Cardinals. But they're one game behind, so I don't know if they finish in a tie, who gets it. I don't know what they do with that, but they have better than a puncher's chance to beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals are playing the Cubs, and the Brewers are complaining because the Cubs say they're not going to play anybody. It is what it is. Yep. Like I said, you have to win games throughout the season. Not you're one game behind with 3 games to play, and you're on the brink. Well, that game that you blew in April looks real big now, doesn't it? That's what I say. You have to play every game to win every game. You can't throw any games away, and that's the position that the Brewers are in now. Even with the amazing run they're making, and they'd sooner win the division than play in a play-in game because you're guaranteed a real playoff series. But it is what it is, and the Cubs may be better off not playing their starters because they haven't been able to win a game in a month.
That's right. 6-1 doesn't.
They lost 9 in a row, so maybe not playing the starters is a good thing.
9 in a row. Wow, unbelievable.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got any racing to talk about this weekend?
Yeah, we got racing, but before we get to racing, we have a racing story.
Okay.
The great government officials of California have deemed that Santa Anita has to shape up, or the government's going to cancel racing in the state of California. I think the government of California has a lot bigger fish to fry than worry about the racing industry. Just let them take care of themselves. With that being said, we'll go on to Churchill Downs. Big races in a lot of places this weekend. There's some stakes. I don't know what New York did. They used to have the Gold Cup with a big card ensuing. They chopped it up. I don't know what they're doing in Belmont, so I'm not going to pick any Belmont races. But there's big Santa Anita opens this weekend. They got some big races there this weekend. Laurel has a real big card with a lot of grass races tomorrow. But we're going to go to Churchill. Churchill's card is an evening card tomorrow night, so between football games, you can put a few bets in your local betting establishment. So the 7th race tomorrow night at Churchill is the Grade 3 ACAC going 1 mile on the dirt. Looking at a couple nice prices in here. The favorite is going to be the 8 Timeline. Hasn't run since December. I'm not going to take a horse in this type of field off that big of a layoff. 3 horses I'm looking at. One is the 4, Thirst for Life, probably be the second choice. One real nice going a mile back in May at Churchill Downs. This horse hasn't been out since July, but this horse is training very well, and I'd sooner bet a horse that hasn't run since July than since December. 2 other horses, the 5, Mr. Darcy at 10-1 with 8 starts, hit the board 7 times with 2 wins, is a definite horse for course. And the lightly matched 9 horse, also trained by Timeline's trainer Steve Asmussen. So this is why this horse is kind of sneaky. This horse won at Churchill Downs going a mile in November. Last time out, won by 3 at Ellis Park. 15-1 as opposed to 3-1 for Timeline. So I'm going to spread here with the 4, Thirst for Life, the 5, Mr. Darcy, and the 9, Unmatchable. The 8th race is a mile and an eighth on the turf, the Jefferson Cup. And there's nice big fields in all these races, folks. There's 8 horses in this one tomorrow night. Julian Leparoux's red hot right now at Churchill Downs, and he's riding a 5-horse Faraway Kitten, who has run twice on the turf course with a win in the 3rd. Coming in out of a couple big stakes races at Arlington Park, one of which this horse won. This horse looks like all systems go here. Horse I'm going to use with him is right next door, the 6-horse Tracksmith. Has 2 wins this summer, one at Churchill, one at Monmouth. Ran in the Grade 3 Virginia Derby at Colonial Downs at the end of August. Had absolutely no pace to run into in that race and still ran 4th. There's a fair amount of speed in this race, and Tracksmith will get the pace that it needs. So I'm going to go with a 5-6, 6-5 exacta box in the 8th race at Churchill. And I don't know what race this used to be, but they named it now the Lucas Classic. It's a $250,000 race on the dirt for a mile and an eighth. I just wish the racetracks would leave the traditional names alone for these races because tradition does mean something. This has a 10-horse field. I'm going to go right to the middle of the field here. The 6-horse Tenfold trained by Steve Asmussen. This horse won the Pimlico Special. This horse has been dancing in real big races. Ran 9th in the Stephen Foster. Just did not run a lick that night. So you can put a line through that race. Ran an even 4th in the Pacific Classic out west. Training pretty well at Churchill Downs. The Tenfold, the 6-horse, is a use for me. Quip likes this track. 3 starts with a win in a second. An absolute disastrous race in the Pacific Classic. When the race where this horse looked like the lone speed, had the lead and just completely fell apart. Came back to Kentucky and is working out very, very well at Keeneland, so there should be no physical issues with this horse. Quip's going to make some noise in here, but there's one horse in here that I've been following. This horse runs big races and big times. This horse won some big races at big prices at Gulfstream, won the Prairie Meadows Cornhusker at 8-1. The 5-horse Sir Anthony. Since they took the blinkers off this horse, it's been a different horse. 15-1 is way, way too big a price for this horse. So I'm going to look to light the board up in the Lucas Classic with the 5 Sir Anthony, and I'm going to use the 4 Quip and the 6 Tenfold to round out my exactas. Like I said, there's a lot of big racing and a lot of tracks this weekend: Laurel, Belmont, Santa Anita, and Churchill Downs. So pick one, enjoy it, and try to make a few bucks.